Hello.
Hello.
Wow. You're eating now. It's okay,
Yes,
Tris.
I'm having some snack.
A midnight snack. Good evening. Yes, welcome to our class again for tonight. So a while ago, I am thinking if uh, I'm sure Therese will never forget our class for tonight, the schedule of our class tonight, because you know what, last week, right? You forget our schedule, so a while ago I am thinking that's why I entered the classroom as early as possible. Well,
Oh,
yes. Well, I just want to ask, how are you today, Trees?
I'm good.
You're good? How's your school?
It's normal.
It's normal. You already have your school activities again?
Yeah.
Okay, school homeworks. What
Yeah.
time you
and
came
all.
home from school?
Um. Uh. 11 a.m. I only study for the morning.
Oh, okay. Just in the morning, you have a
Yeah.
schedule. Okay, I get it. I just want to know if you already have your dinner for tonight.
Yeah. I already have.
Okay, so that's why you have your snack already.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, Therese, before we proceed to our discussion for tonight, of course, I would love if we have at least short review, okay, from our last class. I am going to start with the strong adjective because um, we didn't see each other almost 2 days, right? So let's just have a short recall.
Okay.
Okay, can you tell me again what is strong adjective?
Uh. Adjectives that based on a root. Adjectives which has a more extreme meaning.
Okay, yes, correct. So we are talking about strong adjectives in another term is extreme adjectives. And I told you that we often use strong adjectives or extreme adjectives to avoid or instead of using more, right?
Yeah.
Plus the base form of the adjective, okay? But this is definitely important in the field of grammar in English, but of course it depends on how you are going to use it, okay? To continue, can you tell me something about present perfect continuous again? Let's see if you
Uh.
still remember.
An action that happened in the past still happening in the present and will continue in the future.
Okay, so the action is indeed already happened in the past and may continue in the present, right?
Yeah.
So, what about the format for you to not be confused? How we are going to form a positive sentence of this verb
Uh,
tense?
Subject plus have or has
Mhm.
plus being plus verb ing.
Okay, correct. So plus verb ing at the end of the sentence. What about if it's a negative?
Um, Add not
Okay, we
before
correct. Can you give me the format if it's a question form?
uh, have or has subject being verb ing.
Okay, very good, Tris. Now, let's just have a quick discussion about the race to the sun, which is the article we have last Monday also, right? You got
Yeah.
it?
Okay.
So we are talking about, that article is all about,
Travel.
okay, travel, transportation, right? There are different ways of transportation. Can you give me?
On air, by foot,
Mm-hmm.
uh, by cars.
Okay, by cars, yes, that's correct. By on air, which is by plane, right? And also we have the last one, starts with T.
Train.
A train, yes. So, Trees, I am about to share my screen now. So we can
Okay.
continue. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so let's have letter C. You're going to read about the first two journeys, but if I'm not mistaken, you already read that, right? But the paragraphs are not in the right order. So, what you're going to do in here, Trees, is to find the four paragraphs for the plane, right? For the plane journey. And then the other one is for the train journey. So, all in all, we are looking for four paragraphs each transportation. You get it?
Okay.
Yes. So let me show you again this part. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
Let's have letter A. So you're going to tell me if it's by plane or by train.
There. Okay.
Mhm. But of course, you need to read it again.
Okay. Can you scroll up so I can see
Yes.
the whole?
Can you see it now? The letter A, can you see?
Yeah. Okay. I arrived on time. I picked up my suitcase and followed the
Oh, we are in
exits.
letter A. Can you see it?
No, it's still letter B.
Oh, really? Okay. Is it okay now?
Uh,
When I got to security, can you see it?
okay.
Yes.
When I got to security, I saw that there was an enormous queue. I began to worry that I might miss my flight because the boarding limit is 40 minutes before takeoff. I had to run to gate 48 and I arrived completely out of breath.
Okay, thank you. Can you say enormous queue?
Enormous queue.
Flight.
Flight.
Take off.
Takeoff.
Arrived.
Arrive.
Okay, very well said. Now, this is, can you tell me, by plane and we have by train.
By plane.
By plane, okay, that's correct. Let's proceed to letter B.
I arrived on time. I picked up my suitcase and followed the exit signs. It was great not to have to wait ages for my luggage or to worry about getting a bus or a taxi to the city center.
Okay, what is this?
By plane?
By plane, okay. Would you mind repeat after me? Picked.
Picked.
Suitcase.
Suitcase.
One more time.
Suitcase.
Exit signs.
Exit signs.
City center.
City center.
Okay, let's have letter D. C rather.
We boarded because there are no seat numbers on these flights. Everybody tries to get on as quickly as they can. I sat next to a friendly Frenchman. We took off and soon I was looking down on London. There was no meal, not even coffee, but we landed 10 minutes ahead of schedule.
Of course, this is for
Plane.
plane. Okay, I want you to repeat after me again. Flights.
Flights.
Next.
Next.
One more time.
Next.
Landed.
Landed.
Okay, now we have the letter D. I hope you can see my screen well.
Yeah. At 4:15 a.m., a taxi picked me up and took me 32 miles to Stansted Airport. Although it was early morning, there was a lot of traffic, and I arrived later than I had planned. I took my luggage to check in and asked for a window seat, but the women said there were no seat numbers.
Okay, thank you, Trees. Would you like to repeat the term again? Asked.
Asked.
Okay, so that's correct because I mean to say sometimes you forget to make the ending sound, okay? But I just noticed that most of the time your pronunciation is definitely improved. Okay, so that's why I always repeated it for you. Now let's have. Oh, that is for plane. What is your answer?
Because, but, it's something.
A bit confusing.
Yeah, it's still.
Okay. I want you to remember we are looking for 4 paragraphs each transportation, okay? By plane and by train. So you already have 3 paragraphs rather for the by plane.
I think it's still by plane.
Okay, now let's have letter E. Let's do it.
At 7:10 a.m., I arrived at Waterloo Station by taxi. It took me just 30 minutes from home. I bought the papers and walked to the platform. I got on and found my seat. As soon as we started moving, I went to find a buffet car and had a cup of coffee.
Okay, what's this?
By train.
By train. Can you say the word again? Walked.
Hot.
Good. Now let's have letter F. I am going to read this for you. Just outside the station, I looked up and saw the medieval walls of Avignon's historic city center. It was 2:20 in the afternoon, and I was just in time for a late lunch. My ticket cost £65.80, and I gave the journey 8 to 10 for comfort and 9/10 for convenience. So, can you tell me what is this for?
Train.
Train, okay, correct?
Train.
Yes, that's correct, Trees. Now, I want you to read letter G paragraph.
Can you repeat?
Can you read letter G?
I only had to wait 20 minutes for my luggage. Then I waited outside into bright sunshine and waited for the bus to Avignon. About 40 kilometers away, I didn't have to wait long and the bus took 45 minutes. It was only 11 and I had the whole day in front of me. My ticket cost £63 and I gave the journey 5 on 10 for comfort and 5 on 10 More convenient.
Okay, convenience.
Convenience. Oh,
Yeah, so choose, this is for train.
yeah, it's to train.
Okay, for the last one, we have letter H. So, I looked out of the window. Although we were moving at 340 kilometers an hour, the journey was smooth and relatively quiet. The part where we traveled under the English Channel took just 22 minutes. Soon, I was looking at the fields and farmhouses of France. The sun was shining. I closed my eyes and went to sleep. This is for
Train.
okay. So, well, we already finished finding out the 4 paragraphs each transportation that we have. Now, let's have answer the questions with T, the train, or P, the plane. Okay? Are you ready? Can you see my screen? Well,
Yes.
on which journey, number 1, did the traveler have to get up earlier?
By plane.
By plane, okay, correct. On which journey could traveler have something to eat or drink?
By train.
Was the traveler more stressed?
By train.
By train, okay. On which journey could the traveler see beautiful scenery?
By plane.
So, to be honest, it can be by, yes, by plane, but what about if it's the train?
Something about the sunshine.
Okay, so which journey did the traveler have a meal when he arrived?
Train.
Are you sure?
Not really.
Not really. So, basically, Tris, this is the plane. Okay? Yes, that is for plane. What about which journey did the traveler arrive earlier than expected?
By plane.
By plane, correct. Which journey was quicker?
By plane.
Correct. Which journey was cheaper?
Train.
Train. What about more comfortable?
Plane.
Correct. Last one. More convenient. So you're talking about convenient. What do you think?
I guess it's train.
Okay. So, well, thank you for all the answers that you have given to me. So those are correct. Good job, Tris. Now, you will notice in here, we have how words work. Can you see it well? We are going to discuss some of the highlighted words. So, take a look at the example sentence. The bus took 45 minutes. It took me just 30 minutes from home. How long does it take you to get to school? So, can you tell me what have you noticed about the use of took and take?
To talk about times.
Times? Okay, let's start with, let's first have the word took.
past.
Okay. And but is it both use when we're talking about time only?
Uh, yeah.
Yes. Well, you're correct that took is the past tense of take. Is that your point?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So in here, Tris, take a look at this. Use take plus person plus time plus to get to talk about the duration of a journey. Okay, so you will notice in here the example question. How long does it take you to get to school? Right? So you will notice the term or the verb take. Can you see it? Take you. So we have take followed by a noun you, right? So in here, it shows that you are going to use take plus person to talk about the duration of a journey. But of course, you need to include the time and then the term to get to. Okay? Is that clear? Yeah, so that's the difference in here. And you're correct, the term took, as you can see, took 45 minutes, took me just 30 minutes. So, took and take, the use of these two words are consider have a bit of difference. Okay? As you can see in here, ask and answer the questions. Now, I am going to ask you, how long does it take you to get to work or let's say school?
If I ride straight to school, it takes around 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
But I usually call my friends to go with, so it takes much longer.
Okay, so very well said. That's a good answer. What about how long does it take to get from your house to the center? For example, you are going to assume specific center that you think of. Where you are living now. Yes, any center by car.
Around 10 minutes.
10 minutes. But what about by bus? Do you ever ride by bus?
Only once.
Only once. Okay.
It was not really clear.
What?
I don't remember.
Okay. So what about on food? You're going to
To the center.
Yes, for example, you're assuming that you're going to walk only to the city center or any center where you're living right now. Since a while ago you said if it's by car, it only took 10 minutes, right? What if on foot?
Maybe 25 to 30 minutes.
Okay, 25 to 30 minutes. So you just add almost 10 to 15. Well, that is just your opinion, and that is what I love because you keep expressing yourself. Thank you, Trees. Now, we are already done to this part. And as you can see in here, we have how many pictures we have? 2, 4, 6, 7. Can you see it well?
Yeah.
This is listening part, Tris 2.12. You're going to listen to Martin talking about his journey from London to Avignon, okay, by car. So you need to number from 1 to 7.
Okay.
Is that clear? I am going to send the link to you, which is 2.12. So here we go. Can you play it? And then take a look at our screen.
Can I see the A picture?
Oh yes. Can you see it well? Or do I need to make it small?
No, just scroll up.
Okay. I hope you can see it now.
Okay.
Have you finished it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, exactly, it's already time. And I just noticed it right now. Trees, tomorrow in our class, I am going to ask you about this activity, okay? You need to number the pictures 1 to 7 tomorrow in our class again. But for tonight, I need to say goodbye, and I hope that you learned something in our discussion for tonight's class, okay? Always do remember about pronunciation, which I often told you. Thank you, Trees, and I hope you have a great night. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Goodbye.